Good afternoon and welcome to Deering High School's Memorial Field for today's boys varsity soccer match. The Deering High School Rams welcome the Thornton Academy Trojans for today's match. Now let's get to those starting lineups and we'll begin with the visitors from Thornton Academy. Number 2, Emiliano Dominguez Camara. Number 4, Tyler Lyden. Number 5, Rory Bowden. Number 7, Jeremiah Chessie. Number 8, Captain Jeremiah Gomez. Number 11, Lorenzo Vidi Doriziotto. Number 13, Ryan Boucher. Number 16, Justin LaBelle. Number 17, Vasco Malario Goncalves. And number 24, Justice Kempelman. The Trojans are coached by Andrew Carlson. And now the starting lineups for your Deering High School Rams. Number 3, junior Avery Lawrence. Number 6, junior Modesine Abdallah. Number 7, Janode Indishiami. Yay. Number 8, senior Patricio Moa. Number 10, senior Carlos Buaco. Number 11, senior captain Adilson Vidal. Number 21, sophomore Alberto Beata. Number 30, senior Chandrell Laza. Number 40, senior captain Selda Lucala. Number 66, senior Haitham Ramadan. And in net for the Rams, junior number 55, Ado Lufambo Mbenza. The Rams are coached by Mr. Joel Costigan. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise, remove your caps and face the south end of our field for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome everybody to Memorial Stadium, where in today's matchup is between the visiting Thornton Academy Golden Trojans and the Deering Rams. Deering in purple, Thornton Academy in white. Deering with early possession. Vidal. And Deering keeping possession, but can't get it over half.
Well, at least they're trying to set up a play. It's not like Thornton has had control over the ball. Deering is looking for their opportunity to move it over half. And there you go. There's a shot.
And the kick up the field is into Bowden's arms. Kicked up the field. Bayada there to give Deering the ball back.
Good anticipation for Deering right there. Now
And it's out to Laza. And he can't get it to Vidal.
that was the right play, but what a defensive play by Thornton.
It's kicked down the field by Camara.
Sorry about that. The camera came loose. Back level.
And it's going to be a foul on Chandrell Laza.
And we'll be back.
And we're back. Jeremiah Gomez walking off the field, holding his neck.
Terrence's going to have to be real careful on this one.
Still not out. Moa. And Ramadan letting it roll out of bounds, and it's going to be
Ooh.
it's going to be out of bounds on Deering.
I mean,
Oh.
he played that ball perfectly, thinking it was going to be off Thornton.
And that's going to be another foul on Deering. So 2 quick fouls for Deering with just over 36 minutes left to go in this first half. It's a long kick, and that's going to go out of bounds on Tyler Lydon.
Yeah, that's fortunate for Deering because sometimes you head that out and it doesn't go forward, it goes backwards, and then you get a corner kick.
And so coming into this game, Deering is undefeated at 6-0. Their last win came against Bonnie Eagle, 3-0. On the other side, Thornton Academy is 5-2. Last game, and it's going to be offsides by Gone Caves.
Yeah, a couple of players offsides there.
And so Thornton Academy's last game was a win against Falmouth, 3-0. And so both of these teams coming in with streaks. Deering obviously winning the first 6 games of the season being undefeated. But Thornton Academy has their 5-2 record, winning 5 straight. Their first 2 games were against Marshwood and South Portland. And both of those teams, Marshwood having 1 loss against this Deering team, and South Portland being undefeated. And so a lot of these top teams, their losses are coming against each other. And it's missed, kicked.
Well, the only benefit about that one was that it got kicked back to the goalie so he could boot it. Pick it up and boot it. He couldn't before.
It's going to be another foul on Deering. So that's 3 fouls with 33 and a half minutes left to go in this first half.
Well, Deering they're playing their normal game, just having some, little, some of the little fouls called. It's a very tight called game.
Well, Deering hasn't played since the 19th, so because their last game against Kennebunk got rained out. Vidal, and it's wide left. But yeah, like I was saying, Deering hasn't played since the 19th, which would have been a week ago today. And sometimes when you don't get that game action, rust can kind of creep in.
Well, and you can hear the coach for Deering saying to a couple of his players, you guys are the fastest guys on the field. Let's get it to the outside and try to move the ball up a little.
It's out to Leiden, and it was intended for gone Cavs.
Well, and the thing is if he could have settled that on his foot, that would have been a pretty awesome one-time shot on goal.
It's taken away by Camara, but Deering will get the ball back.
Nice.
Moa gets into the middle of the field. Vidal, and it's and the Bowden came out, and he collided with Vidal. And Chandrell Laza came in and also got knocked down.
Well, and that right there is a perfect example of why you continue and don't assume that the goalie's going to capture the ball, and there could be a rebound, because there was a rebound.
It's taken away by Deriz Zoto, but Deering gets the ball back. Moa can't be corralled by Camara, so Deering will keep possession.
Nice footwork.
Moa to Vidal, and the Vidal was just off sides.
Well, that hard work that they just did on that play, it did end up with an offsides, but eventually it's going to end up with a goal. That was a lot of hard work right there. Footwork, passing, and like you said, they haven't played an actual game for a week, so it's going to take a little bit of time.
Laza, and the pass was intended for Vidal, but it was by him.
Great way to stay with the ball and not have it stolen.
Moa and Laza can't get to it before Bowden gets there.
28.5 minutes left to go in this first half. No score. It's been a pretty good, evenly matched game. I mean, both teams have had runs down to each other's goals, but Darren seems to be now putting a little bit more pressure on.
It's going to be a throw-in for Thornton Academy.
A little bit warmer than last Friday night here, Seth, huh?
Yes.
We don't have 40, 50 mile an hour winds up on the roof, wearing my winter parka. Now I have on a light jacket and I still feel warm. We're not on the roof though. We're inside the booth, but wow. You know, it seems like we have June and July where you can count on the weather being nice and extremely warm. And then the month of September where if you blink, it's 70 degrees. And if you blink again, it's 45 and 50 mile an hour winds. But that's what makes living here so great.
Pass to Vidal. It's taken away by Chessie. But Deering keeps possession. And it was Dorizotto kicking it out of bounds.
But, you know, this time of year, on Saturday, we ended up with 2 giant bags of picked Macintosh apples and a few dozen apple cider donuts. So that's another good thing about living here.
Ramadan to Moa. Sargent getting it to Laza. Sargent.
Oh, nice give and go.
Laza. And it's taken away.
Yeah, he didn't have anyone there to help him. You could hear the coach for Deering hollering wider, wider. He wants the separation there so that not everyone is around the ball and they can get some of those passes.
Throwing is going to be taken by Camara, and it's Moncala there to get it up the field. Moa and Vidal having to time his run, and he had to slow down a little bit.
Thornton player, great defensively, just getting a boot on it.
And it's going to be a turnover to Sargent. Sargent can't get it to Ramadan cleanly, but Ramadan gets the ball back to Sargent. Ramadan crossing it in.
Oh!
And it's just over the head of Laza.
Oh, just missed a headshot there. That would have been a beautiful goal. Just a bit over his head.
And it was Bowden running over to get the ball with under 24 minutes left to go in the first half. It's 0-0.
Returning to the lineup for the Rams. Number 7, Jano Ndishimiye.
The referee's saying to the Deering player, we'll give you a little bit of leeway, but you got to come back about 10 yards.
So a Deering throw in. And it was kicked out of bounds by Thornton Academy. No. It was maybe deflected off of a Deering player. And Deshimier can't keep it in, but Deering will get possession on the throw-in. Vidal dribbling through a couple of players, still has the ball, and it's taken away. It was by LaBelle, number 17 for Thornton Academy. And LaBelle gets the we have a Deering player down, but play will continue, and the whistle will finally blow. It was Patricio Moa.
Who will have to go out at least for a little while. Yeah, I think that's a little mixture of not playing for a week and it looks like he is just retying his boot. Oh,
Deering, and still not out of it yet.
Nice one-timer, though, by the Thornton player.
Laza can't keep it in.
And you can hear the coaching by the Deering coach, and you couldn't ask for better advice. And I'm pretty sure you can't pick this up on the microphone, but I mean, it's some great coaching going on.
It's booted up the field. Moncala.
Oh, great hustle. That Thornton player had heading towards the goal on his mind, but the Deering player stepped in front of the ball.
And it's going to be a throw-in.
Wow.
It was Moncala and Goncalves.
And show a good sportsmanship right there, shaking hands. It looked like they both fell over each other. And so
And it's going to be taken away by Deering. Headed back up the field by Kamara. Montero had it just briefly before Deering boots it back down the field.
ooh, that was a close one, going backwards with all those Thornton players right there.
Bayada gets it to Vidal, and Vidal can't. It's Fisher to Vidal to Fisher. Vidal, and it's taken away by Gomez, and Gomez kicking it into the stands. Bayada can't cross it in, and it's a throw-in for Deering. It's by Sargent, and it's booted down the field. Ramadan has it on the other side for Deering. Sargent to Ramadan will keep possession for Deering.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice. I think he was hoping to let it go out for a corner kick, but the ball stalled.
Ramadan
Now they'll get a corner kick.
and Moa will be taking the corner and just over the head of Muako. But Deering will keep it in. Vidal. Deshimier.
Another corner.
And it's going to be off of a Thornton player for another corner.
Well, now they know what to do here. Just a little lighter on the boot. There it is. Oh,
It was LaBelle heading it out, but Fisher will be there to get the ball. And Sargent can't get it away from Gomez. It's up to Goncalves. Sargent will head it down the field. And it's taken away by Deering. Bayada to Deshimier. By Moa. And it's right into the arms of Bowden.
we have a good game going on right now.
Fisher. And it's going to be a foul on Thornton Academy with 15 minutes left to go in this first half. That is their first foul. And only 4 whistles have been blown for fouls. It's going to be another corner.
All right, Darren, let's see what you can do. One was too hard, one was too soft. Let's see if this one is just perfect.
Patricio Moa taking the corner. And just off the hands of Bowden, and it was a Deering player that it was running in, and so it will be a goal kick with 14 minutes left to go in the first half. Still knotted up at 0.
Referee making the Deeren player walk back a little bit.
Pass. Fauché. And taken away by Deering. Sargent. And it's going to be taken away by Bedard. Under 13 minutes left to go in the first half.
Returning for the Golden Trojans, number 4, Tyler Lyden. Number 24, Justice Templeman. Returning via Rams, number 21, Alberto Ayala.
Moa. And it was taken away by Gomez. But Deering. And there's another player down for Deering. DeChimier got up. And the ball is right to him. DeChimier can't get by the last defender, Belmare.
Returning for your Rams, number 11, Adilson Vidal.
Moa to Laza. Laza, and it's crossed right to Bowden for the save. Laza, and Laza gets to it, and it's going to be off of Deering. And the throw can't get in bounds. And I believe it has to be taken again. I thought it had to be where the last thrown was taken. Laza, and it's kicked out of bounds by Chessie. So Deering pressuring Thornton Academy in the last 15 minutes. It's going to be off of Leiden for a Deering corner. And that's their fourth corner of the game. Patricio Moa taking the corner. And Bowden in there to punch it out a couple times, and it was a foul on, looked like a reckless kick. Vidal, and it's can't get it to that was Bomba.
Yeah, you're right, Seth. It's been pretty much all Deering with the pressure, but they do have to be careful because it's not going to take much for it to go the other direction.
And it was Fauché there pressuring the ball. Deering having to kick it out of bounds.
And that's the dangerous part of it all.
Throw-in is going to be taken by Leiden. Bayada getting it up to Mbamba. Bamba. And it's going to be momentarily kicked down the field.
And we're playing who can kick the ball the hardest right now.
Ramadan. Pass was deflected. So it will be a throw-in for Deering with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this first half. 0-0 scoreline. Bayada. And it's over the head of
Ooh.
And it's going to be off of Thornton Academy. And it's going to be a turnover, but Deering will get it back. Fisher getting it out to Ramadan, to Moa.
I mean, Deering knows what they want to do. They just got to have the ball to cooperate a little bit.
Badal. Moa. And it's in!
Well, there's your cooperation right there.
Patricio Moa getting the opening goal And there's 5 minutes and 24 seconds left to go in this first half. And the assist was Adilson Vidal.
Well, I'll tell you, Darren never, well, I can't say never, but Darren had to work so hard for that first goal. I mean, they have been putting nothing but pressure on Thornton, and it was just a matter of time. You know, some of those plays were offsides. That one was onside, which turned into a goal, and that was beautiful.
It's going to be a throw-in for Thornton Academy, taken by Leiden.
Now they have to
And
be real.
Fisher will take the ball away.
They do have to be real careful now.
With 34 minutes and 36 seconds expired in this first half. By number 8, Patricio Moa. 8, Moa.
Vidal. And Laza almost gets the ball, keeps the ball for Deering.
Oh, beautiful moves.
Fisher,
Boy, you can see how good
Moa.
this Darren team is.
Laza. And it was kicked away by Camara.
They are having some of these Thornton players trying to guess which way they're going, left, right, north, or south.
Fisher can't keep the ball. It was taken away by Gomez and kicked out of bounds by Deering. Moa, Vidal, Camara kicking it down the field, but Deering will keep possession. It's up the field. And it's going to be a handball by Mbamba.
And now Thornton, with under 3 minutes left to go in the first half, is going to set up a play.
And it was off the head of Muwako, but Mbenza was there to keep the ball away from a Thornton player in the 18-yard box.
And Darren's been doing a great job when the ball's been coming down towards the net, heading the ball out.
2 minutes left to go in this first half. It's going to be a Deering throw-in. We'll see if Deering can add another to their tally, or if Thornton can prevent them from scoring. But Deering's had majority of the possession in the last part of this half.
Is that going to be a corner?
It is. But this is, in the games that we've covered for Deering, they've started off pretty slow in the first 10 minutes or so. And then once they get their momentum going,
Last minute and a half, last minute.
Deering seems to be unstoppable.
Well, and the thing about that is, there may be a strategy in that too, just to see how the other team is playing, and then just play to it. Base your game on what you can do versus what you can't do. And so they, see what the other team's doing in the first 10 minutes and then go and do their game.
Under 30 seconds left to go.
Because we've seen, and like we've, discussed, they've had a week off. And now we're seeing, the passing, the movement, and just the game mentality starting to really come together. And
5 seconds left to go. And it's going to run the clock out. And so the horn will sound for the end of the first half. And Deering ramped up their pressure.
yeah, I mean, it was great. Just the way they handle the ball and knowing where the other players are, doing spinoramas. It's a real pleasure to watch this team.
And so the goal for Deering was scored by Patricio Moa. And Deering was knocking on the door for the last 10 minutes of this half. And
Yeah.
and most of their all their corners, their 5 corners came in the second half of the first half, so the last 20 minutes.
Which tells me they're putting a lot of pressure on this Thornton team and Thornton goalie. They had a few offsides with potential for goals there, and they cleaned it up and got a goal. It was, it was a good game. It's a good first half. Sorry.
And so Deering will go into the half with a 1-0 lead, and we'll see what adjustments both teams make, and we'll see you in the second half. And we're back for the start of the second half. Deering will start with the ball. We'll see if Deering can carry their momentum that they had in the first half into the second half.
And we'll see what Thornton comes up with to kind of slow him down a little.
Vidal. And it's going to be a foul on Thornton Academy. It's going to be to Vidal. It's out wide to Lawrence. And the first touch is to Gomez for the turnover.
Yeah, that play developed a little too slow for Deering, which gave Thornton an opportunity to steal it.
Ball switches sides of the field, and it was off of Kempelman. Moa. And it's not wide enough to Laza. But Deering will keep possession. It's going to be a turnover to LaBelle. And it will be watched out of bounds by Moncala. Gomez heading it, and Fisher will get the ball back for Deering. Vidal turning around, and he's going to be pushed.
Is that going to be a yellow? No. He's asking the player. Asking the player a question, and the ref saying, let's move along.
It's out wide to Bayada. Fisher will get the deflection.
Got to deaden the ball. Bouncing too much.
It's out wide to Laza. Laza gets into the middle of the field, and it's kicked away by Chessie.
Great defense right there by Thornton.
Fisher. And it's taken away. It was taken away by Durzotto.
Boy, what great foot battle right there that went on.
And it was a shot on goal.
Ooh.
And Mbenza is there to stop the knuckler.
Jeez, I guess. Wow. That could have been not a good thing right there.
Fisher getting it out for Deering. Moa.
Oh,
And it was Camara getting the ball taken away. Fisher with a slide tackle on Gomez. Gets the ball back for Deering. Moa. And the knuckler was saved.
Out of bounds? Corner?
No, it looks like they're going to stop the clock.
Is that going to be a yellow? It is.
So it was Chandrell Laza with the yellow card on the reckless challenge with the goalie.
And now we're going to have a referee with a discussion with a different Deering player. And I think that conversation was just explaining to the Deering player, because, he was looking out for his teammate, and the ref was just saying that, it was what he called.
Yeah, the goalie, Bowden he had the ball securely in his arms when Laza came over and hit the ball.
And the clock has stopped, and there's a lot of discussion going on here.
It's going to be dropped.
Oh, that's what it. Okay, so that's what it was on that side.
It's going to be booted down the field. Laza. And it's going to be a handball by Laza. It's going to be taken quickly by Gomez, but a whistle sounds.
This game has slowed down just a hair.
Just over 34 minutes left to go in this game. Deering up 1-0. Gomez. And he ran right into Laza. Laza gets it on the line. Vidal. Moa to Vidal. With Ramadan running down the side of the field. Not sure if that's where he was going when he got fouled.
Yeah, and, the Thornton players, like, he's questioning it. But the thing is when you're chasing a player down and the player slows down to get the ball and you run into him, I mean, what's the player supposed to do? I mean, he did slow down, yes, but, it's sort of like a car accident. You got to be careful you don't hit the person in front of you.
So it's Fisher and Moa on top of the ball with Vidal.
Oh.
And it looked like a handball, but it's not called, so Deering still has to keep composure and play the ball. And Thornton will get it up the field. It's going to roll out of bounds. But in one of these games that we taped, Deering's ran that same play where two players are over the ball, and one of them will kick it underneath the leg of another player. Thornton threatening, but Fisher's there to get it out. Bayada getting into the space.
Got to be careful. I mean, Thornton, right now, knowing that they need a goal to tie this, they are playing hard. And they're not giving Deering really any good chances here.
Moa. Laza to Moa, and it's just off the foot of Moa. Laza, and he skies it.
Well, and that ball went onto someone's front lawn across the street. There was a bicyclist going by, and thank goodness he didn't get hit by that. I mean, it flew right past him.
Gomez getting the ball for Thornton, and Fisher with a foul.
Yeah, that was more or less that's one of the lighter penalty calls.
Deering not out of trouble just yet. And Moa will get it up to Vidal. Vidal will get it out wide to Deshimier. And it's just over the net by, believe that was Bayada.
Well, and the teammates for Deering, you got to love that. They gave each other a high five, and sort of a little, how do you do? That was beautiful, They both knew that was a great play. It just didn't go in. And you got to love that when teammates are like, we'll get them next time.
Moa, Vidal. And it's taken away momentarily. Varsity was there to stop any attempt by Vidal from getting into the 18-yard box. And that forced a goal kick.
And you can hear the coach for Deering. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the microphones. You probably can't. I mean, we have headphones on here, and, I can barely hear him with the headphones on. But he was just saying, if there's a wall there, just go around it instead of trying to kick through it. So, just your basic coach to players, even though these kids have been playing their whole lives, just kind of need to be reminded, if you see a wall, go around it. Don't try to kick through it.
Bayada. It's going to be kicked down the field. Mwako kicking it back to Mbenza. Mbenza kicking it all the way down the field. Ramadan tracking back to get it away from Thornton.
Ooh.
And I believe that was called a foul on Deering.
Yeah, that might have been a little bounce off.
So Jeremiah Gomez.
Whichever player got, bounced the most, it was going to go in the other direction.
Gomez will take the free kick. And Deering will get it out. Gomez will get the ball. And it's taken away. And a no call. And it's a trip.
All right, Deering, you got to be careful here.
Jeremiah Gomez will take the free kick in a dangerous area. And it's over everything.
And you can see 26 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the second half. Deering with a 1-0 lead. And it's been a great battle.
Ramadan will get it up to Deshimier. Vidal.
Teammates got to get up.
And it was kicked away by Varsity.
Wow, golden opportunity there.
Yeah, it was Mbamba there with the ball in the 18-yard box. He just couldn't get beyond Thornton Academy's defense to get a good shot. "25 minutes left to go in this game." Booted up the field, and it will be an easy scoop by Mbenza.
Well, once again, just like in the first half, Deering had a lot of pressure and finally ended up with a goal, and they've had a ton of pressure here. I mean, Thornton's had a few runs.
And it's going to be a foul on Thornton Academy. It's going to be played quickly. DeChimier. And it's going to be booted out of bounds by Gomez.
And I don't see any kids chasing the balls on the side, so it looks like it's an adult over there rounding the ball up.
And it's going to be kicked away by Thornton. Be a Thornton throw in. Ramadan, and it's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Thornton with 23 minutes left to go in this game. Thornton has definitely had more opportunities to get the ball up the field in this half.
Yeah, they have been working really hard.
And it was a slide tackle.
Is that going to be another yellow card? It is. Wow, second one on Deering tonight.
So Jano DeChimier
And
getting a...
And the Thornton player is still down, now getting up. I mean, I do have to say that doing that is a little dangerous. That could be understating it, because you could definitely hurt another player on that kind of a play.
Gomez will take the free kick. He'll be headed away by Milwaukee. And Lawrence and Bayada are there to get the ball back for Deering. And Ramadan up ahead. Ramadan will shoot, and it's over the net. And you can hear a bunch of people yelling, shoot.
And shoot as in shoot the ball, and then shoot as in they missed it.
Yeah.
That's the English language for you. The same word meaning two different things. Or the same sounding word meaning the same things.
Bayada. Bomba. Can't get it to Ramadan, but Deering will keep possession.
Oh, and that was a nice header in, too.
Gomez getting into space, and it's going to be offsides.
No delay of game there. Well, that was the Thornton player going, you know what? Let me just find out if the ball does really go in their net.
It was gone Cavs.
And the referee is talking to the Deering players to get them further off the line, saying they are too close to the line to stand and watch the game. And the referee's putting his foot down, saying nobody beyond that line.
Payada. And it's going to be a foul. That was on Deshimier. There's 20 minutes left to go.
And you know, I have to say, you can see the intensity picking up. The play is getting a little bit more physical.
And this is definitely an important game for playoff seeding because the top 4 seeds get a bye in the first round. Plus the higher seed you are, the more home games you play. Bayada to Vidal. Vidal tries his chance from long range, but it's over the net.
And, you know, you could see that ball. It started off a little straight, and then all of a sudden it just took straight up and over. It's always pretty wild to see a round ball just go in just weird directions.
It's
when
kicked
it's
up
spinning.
the field by Kempelman. And Mbenza will wait until a Thornton player runs close to him to pick it up, wasting some time. Ramadan to Fisher. To Lawrence. To Zotto. Bomba tracking back to kick it off of Goncalves for a goal kick. And it was kicked out of bounds by Mawako. So it'll be a throw-in for Thornton, being taken by Kempelman. And it will be kicked away by Mawako. Vidal can't get it by Gomez. And finally gets it by Gomez, but Gomez will track back and prevent Vidal from going back up the field. Gomez. And it will be a foul on Moncala.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but like I said earlier, the play's getting a little bit more physical because time is running down in this game.
Gomez. And in the right spot is Mbenza. Sargent to Vidal.
Oh. Just needed to get it past that defender. Nice stop by the defender, though.
Sargent. Mbamba. And it's going to go off of Bowden for a corner.
Well, let's see what Darren can do down this side. This is their first corner on this side, right, Seth?
Yes.
So wholesale changes here for Deering.
Moa will take the corner. And it will be kicked away by Thornton. It's going to be a throw-in with just over 14 minutes left to go in this game.
And I have to say that this reffing team, they have been really sticklers about where the ball should be. You know, because a lot of times you can have a little bit of leeway down the field from where the ball actually went out.
Ball's kept by Thornton. Onkala. Ramadan. Getting it to Vidal. Has to stop. Vidal. And it will be Ramadan trying to get the ball back with a slide tackle. It's going to be a yellow card. On Hytham Ramadan.
Wow, third yellow card on Deering tonight.
So 13 minutes left to go in this game.
And now we have 3 Deering players that really need to be careful for the rest of this ball game.
It's going to be crossed in. And
Are they saying he touched it?
and it
They're going to
It
call
was
it corner?
touched.
Wow. Wow, the goalie for Deering is saying, I didn't touch it. The players for Thornton said you did, and the referee sides with Thornton.
so it's going to be taken by Kempelman. And it's out of there. Moa will kick it up the field.
Beautiful play.
It's
Allows
going to roll to Chessie, who will kick it back up the field. It was off of Dorzotto.
Whoa.
And a bounce off of Mbenza, but it just pops up and he'll secure it.
Those plays are real scary. Well, it looks like right now Thornton owns the field.
Moa, Ramadan, Vidal, Moa, Ramadan, and you could see Ramadan's speed getting past the defenders.
Wow. And I'll tell you, the stands here, including the announcer, is loving this.
And so Deering will get another corner. Still not out. Moa. And it's taken away by Leiden.
Wow. They peppered that goal area, and nothing happened.
Lawrence. And it's going to be a foul on Deering. With just over 10 minutes left to go. It's taken quickly. And Mbenza and you can hear the coach saying, stop playing around with the ball.
Oh.
Especially in a close game like this.
Well, and you got to say, kind of like as a student, I would say, well, coach, it's soccer. What am I supposed to do but play around with the ball? But we all know what he means. He wants them to get real serious here because there's been a lot of pressure put on by Thornton.
Ramadan on the far side of the field. And the ball is turnover. But it's Abdallah getting the ball back for
That was
Moa.
some beautiful passing. Man, this team is good.
Kamara there to kick it back down the field for Thornton. And Mbenza runs all the way out to boot it back down the field. Bayada.
Wow. He headed it to himself. Ooh.
And it's going to be a yellow card on Jeremiah Gomez.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a hip check.
So it's going to be a free kick taken by Patricio Moa. And Thornton gets it out. Fisher tracks back to get the possession back for Deering. It's going to be kicked back. And switching sides of the field. It's under 8 minutes left to go in this game. Moa. And can't get it to Ramadan. Gomez will kick it up the field. And McCullough is there to keep it away from Goncalves. Lawrence out wide. Can't get it to Laza.
Entering the matchup for Thornton Academy, number 3, Caleb Moore. BRM, number 7, Gino Indiciere. And number 13, Daniel Landry.
Ooh, what happened there?
And it was off of the player coming out, but they'll retake it.
You don't often see that.
It's going to be out of bounds for a Deering throw-in. Deering up 1-0 with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this game. Sargent will kick it all the way back to Abdallah.
Ooh, that's a close one. Got to get a little bit more of a push on that. Not pushing the player, but pushing the ball.
It's going to be out wide to Leiden. And Leiden can't get to it in time for it to roll out of bounds. And so it will be a goal kick for Deering. And it's one of those things where you definitely don't want to turtle into your defense. With 5 minutes left to go in this game. It's going to be a shot attempt by Leiden. Ramadan. It's going to go out of bounds for a Deering throw-in. Thornton getting a throw in with under 4.5 minutes left to go in this game. And Goncalves was there. He just couldn't track the ball as he was spinning. And Benza came over and got the ball. So Deering getting out of that one.
You know, and I'm chuckling about it, but that was dangerous for Deering at that point. It's just, you know, the player for Thornton got all tied up. You know, it's like you would see on a football field when the wide receiver is thinking the ball's coming to his left shoulder, it goes to his right shoulder, and he spins around and then forgets where he is.
Deering going to play out of their back. It's going to be a high ball. 50-50 ball won by Deering. And Deschimier can't get it, but Deschimier will get it back. Vidal to Deschimier. Vidal getting it back to Lawrence.
They have to be careful. At this point, you don't want to be going backwards with the ball, and this is, you know, a good chance here for Thornton.
Leiden, and the pass intended for Goncalves, not able to connect, so Deering will get possession.
And the hustle. Oh, just out of reach.
And it's going to be offsides by Kempelman with 2 minutes to go in this game. Deering up 1-0. Deering just needing a couple of clean passes. Chimier, and it's off of a Thornton player.
And now that Darren's got to get down there. Got to hustle back because it's going to be a long kick. Nice header.
Sargent there to head it back down the field. Moa stopping to get it to Vidal. 1 minute left to go. And it's going to be an offsides by Mowako.
So Darren's got to play flawless here. Thornton's going to play, bring everybody up, I'm sure.
45 seconds to go. Deering just needs to get the possession and kick it back up the field.
Got to be flawless here, boys.
It's kicked out of bounds by Abdallah. Vidal will kick it up the field. And it's just going to be kicked down the field with 20 seconds left to go. Bowden will try to get it down the field. And it's in! Jano Desheme.
Oh, please. No penalty in this one, please. But there could be.
And it's a yellow card
Yes.
for taking his shirt off.
Yeah. Tell me that
And
was
it's a red card.
Oh, no.
So he'll be out the next game.
Ugh. Well, you know, that'll be immortalized now. At least,
And 2 seconds, 1, and the horn will sound. And so Deering will come away with this victory to stay undefeated.
wow.
And it's a yellow card on Adilson Vidal.
At the end? I didn't even see that.
Yes.
Wow. So the referees are talking with the Deering coach about maybe some words that were said at the very end. I'm not sure. I have to say, this refereeing crew, they've been very fair, but they've adhered to the rules of this soccer, and you know, they haven't let any of the players get away with anything in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a close-fought game.
And so it's looking like the coaches are going to line up for Deering. We're having a handshake with the coaches. I mean, this was really a tough-fought game. And, you know, I think that without knowing what was going on the field, I think there may have been some words said so that keeping it strictly coaches and staff and people shaking hands and talking. A few players intermingled that may know each other and had something to say. So.
And so goals by Patricio Moa and Jano Deshimier give Deering the 2-0 victory in this game, but this game was riddled with yellow cards. It was Chandrell Laza, Hytham Ramadan, Jano Deshimier getting 2, so he got a red card, and Adelson Vidal, as he was walking off the field, got 1. And Jeremiah Gomez got the lone yellow card for Thornton Academy. But Deering will come away with their 4th shutout of the season with a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great game. I mean, these two teams battled hard. Just Deering comes out with a win. Nothing to take away from Thornton's game, though. I mean, they had their chances too, but you could see the speed. Deering's got some players with some real speed, and they could track the ball down, they could move the ball, they could play defense, run back on some long kicks. And so, I mean, there's your difference right there.
And so Deering will move to 7-0, and Thornton Academy will drop to 5-3. And saying so long, this has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools, saying good night.
Thank you very much again for watching, and I hope you enjoy our coverage. Good night.